Good morning. How we doing? Good morning. Good morning. Hope you guys are having a good Tuesday morning. I know I am. We got Carson, CCB, Louie, Algo, Mifta, Mario, Captain, Boomer. What's going on, guys? As you can see here, we got some stuff we want to cover this morning. Everyone's like, oh my God, there's a fourth one. Giveaway. But it's fun to kind of have the poll up at open to see what people are thinking. What's up, Tess? Let me know what you guys think. You think bullish at the open? Bearish at the open? GT giveaway. Yeah, we just hit 28,000 right here. The big 2-8. Big figure. So originally I was bearish off this closure, right? And we started opening up, swept this high. I was like, okay, maybe look for downside after sweeping this high. But we just kept running overnight. Now we've taken out previous day high. So last night I had tagged this bearish. But now you can see that they're blue, so I'm bullish. So we'll see how we react at previous day high. If you go and look at YM, still weak, you know, played out pretty nice to the downside here. Right at 11 o'clock is when we hopped off, and it kind of just dumped then. But for today, you can see we're disrespecting the 50% of the previous candle on ES. So you're kind of trading in invalidation of the bias, because you'd be looking for candle 4 continuation down. Obviously, we're not getting that. So looking for longs, and obviously NQ is the stronger one. YM the weakest one. ES is kind of somewhere in the middle. So pretty easy pre-market to know which one you want to short if you're bearish, which one you want to long if you're bullish. Curious to see how we open up here at previous day high. Would love some kind of pullback to get long. POI wise, if we close bullish here at 10, there's a small 4-hour imbalance here. But we pointed out this 4-hour imbalance. We've respected that. So the structure is still bullish, right? That gives you a little hint to kind of what I'm seeing this morning. But we'll let some people trickle in before I kind of get into the full morning analysis, because we'll cover bias. I kind of already touched on it, but we'll do it again. Some key news that we have today at 10. Some points of interest that I'm looking at here going into the open. And we're also going to do a giveaway at the end of the stream. I think we're going to do a giveaway every single day. Something. I think we'll be giving away one of these every stream, 5 times a week. That's the plan. One of these indicators. You get a month free. Try it out. I'm just using default settings, by the way. Just load it up on your chart and go. And if you want to check it out, there's actually a link in my description to that indicator, so you know what I'm talking about. It's below this video. But right now it's 50-50. Half you guys are saying bullish. Half you guys are saying bearish. I'm curious, what makes you bearish on the day? What's going on, Marco? I'm curious what makes you so curious. Anyone know that movie? Anybody? But right now, it's kind of waiting for the open, obviously. Let's go ahead and get into it, though. We got how many people in here? About 60? You guys know the drill, man. Like, subscribe. Helps me out. Especially off the rip right when I start the stream. It definitely boosts it a bit. So, yeah, the time frame labels. That's a nice addition they added. And they're actually coming out with a new update for this indicator soon. Some cool features. So, we'll show that off when it hits. But let's cover bias, right? I talked about how we had a candle 2 closure here on NQ and opened up down here. And we had swept this high before I went to bed. So, okay, great. It'd be sick if we stay in this imbalance and then roll over. You know, lows here, lows here. Didn't get that. Obviously, we kind of just chopped. Not really chopped, but grinded up all overnight and took out previous day high. So this would be a day where you're looking to trade the invalidation of a bias, right? Because I was short bias. I tagged this red last night. Woke up, saw this. Okay. Time to swap. Trading the invalidation of that bearish bias. Looking for longs. Because if you look on the 4 hour, we're kind of going to get into POIs here in a second. Real quick, news-wise. 10 a.m. We have some 10 a.m. news. That's about it. So we could get a setup around that time. You know, you guys know me if you've been watching the channel. If we don't really see anything pre-market, I'm usually waiting until 10. What's going on, Tyler? So bullish bias today. Trade the invalidation of this bearish closure. Key news, 10 o'clock. Kind of all we have. And then points of interest, I mentioned the 4 hour, right? If you look at the daily on NQ, didn't tap into this imbalance, right? Still very bullish structure. ES did tap into this daily imbalance, right? Didn't have a candle 2 closure at the low yesterday. You can see here we're reacting out of that imbalance right now. So at the same time, what we do, we hit these down close candles on the daily, and now we're heading higher. So some nice failure swings here to target on the daily. 4 hour as well on ES. And NQ is obviously strongest because it did not dip into that daily imbalance. So 4 hour on NQ. You can see we pointed out this fair value gap yesterday. 4 hour. Had a nice candle 2 closure here, but didn't get a setup on a 15-minute. So we came back down, swept that low again, and now you're seeing us move out of this POI. So 4 hour wise in this leg, I don't really see an imbalance except at 10 o'clock this might form. If it wants to, it might come down and go higher. Who knows? Hourly, same thing. Someone's asking in the chat, Louis, why don't you like the pre-market PA right now though? Where am I going to get in? Where's the setup? This closure here there's no POI it tapped into. It's just a closure. So I don't see anywhere I could have gotten in after I sat down at 8 o'clock this morning. Same thing with the 4 hour. There's really no closure, you know? It did. What did? Did what? Same thing with 30-minute, right? You had a little closure here off this low, but I'm not even sitting down yet, you know? Yeah, we can look at YM. Here's the thing with YM though. I'm not placing too much emphasis on YM today because it's so weak, right? And I want to see how we react off the high, you know? Because if YM's going to stay weak and roll over, it's going to drag ES down. Because S&T at previous day high, or these highs. NQ could hit this high and then roll over at the open, right? So I'm not really looking to long yet. Once you look at all three, I looked at short, YM preferably. It stays. Because right now the short setup's still valid on YM. Hasn't really disrespected the 50%. Whereas here we opened up and immediately just ran. This one kind of took a second. But we're still valid here on shorts for YM in this imbalance. Inside the T spot, right? So I really want to see how we react to all-time highs now. So that's kind of like the POIs I'm really seeing. There's nothing really on the lower time frames I like, especially when it's kind of a slow grind like that. But like I said, giveaway, we'll be giving away another indicator here today. Try and give one away every stream. So shout out T-Trades for making that possible. All right. We'll go over the metals now. WT trades. Generally, if I'm going to take a trade pre-market, it's going to be off like a 4-hour closure, which we don't have, or a 1-hour closure, right? And hopping on a 5-minute. But I really want to see how we react at all-time high right here. Because we could easily roll over with some SMT at these highs. You know? And this is still looking pretty bearish on YM. I mean, you have this low right here that kind of aligns with the projections. Maybe that's the play. We'll see. All right, metals, right? You can see here I have gold tag bearish. Why is that? Well, when I sat down last night, candle 2 closure here, candle 3 closure, sorry, candle 3 expansion down, and then we have candle 4, right? And you're looking, if you zoom out on this 4-hour, buy side of the curve, sell side of the curve, right? With a weekly low, if you go on the weekly chart. Weekly low here, you'd maybe target 50% of the wick, and then that low. Daily chart, same thing. You have this POI we hit, respect 50% of it. You can see I have it marked out with this red line. Candle 2 closure in that POI. Candle 3 expansion down. Now I'd like to see candle 4 expand down, but you go on the 1-hour, you can see we're starting to kind of disrespect this 50% now of the previous candle, previous daily candle. So I was hoping we get like a nice 1-hour candle 2 closure here. Maybe we'll get a 4-hour candle 2 closure. Who knows? But if it keeps running up, then like I'm not interested in a short anymore. And I'll just remove my tags. That's pretty much it. Oil kind of looked a little 50-50. You can see we closed back and had an outside day. And kind of had this confirmation of longs here for candle 2 closure. But also we're kind of seeing it just sell off now below 50%. So it kind of just looks like it's in a range at this point. So I haven't tagged that. Forex, I don't really trade intraday, so won't really cover that. But this was a nice closure here. You had candle 3 expansion down. You can maybe look for some kind of candle 4 continuation down here that kind of aligns with the projections. So, but today my main focus is going to be gold, just because the daily's kind of clean, you know, and we're in this nice predictable like sell model, you could call it. And then indices, obviously. So we'll see how this candle closes at 10 o'clock. Keep an eye on it. %60 bullish, 40% bearish. I'm saying, man, in the title, fresh all-time highs. Is it time for a pullback? That's the question. But my man, we have been running. I mean, from like the low of this move to like where we're at now, like 22%. And we haven't really had like a decent pullback at all. We had some, small retracements here and kind of here on ES. But since all-time highs, we kind of just consolidated and we're kind of grinding up now. I'm not looking to call a top, but at some point, like markets don't just go straight up, we're gonna get some type of pullback. I just hope we don't go back into this. You know, I just don't want to chop anymore. But yeah, you can see here we've filled this gap in. Oh wait, there's no gap there. I'm not sure why my thing's glitching. Let me refresh this. There we go. See, that was weird. Yeah, filled this imbalance in and started running. So waiting for the open, and as usual, we're gonna watch the open to see how we behave. Yes, we did hit 28,000 right here. Big fig. The highest NASDAQ has ever been. It's fun to trade all-time highs because like we're making history and you're like a part of it, you know? So that's fun. And I think I said yesterday, but I have the Discord, free Discord pretty much built out for you guys. That way, there's a place now to hang out outside of these streams. Right? A place for y'all to hang out outside of the streams. Because right now, only time you kind of get to interact with one another and me is through the live streams. But the Discord is going to be like the hub for educational content from me, where you guys can hang out, some deals, some giveaways we run in there as well. So that'll be fun. Maybe even do some private like streams in there. And I thought about putting some like nightly analysis in there, kind of like what I used to do when I did some one-on-one stuff with some traders. I would send them videos the night before of me doing like my analysis for the next day of what I want to see and tagging my watch list and why. And then they could go in the next morning and see how it played out, right? And then sometimes I'd even send them another video of me going over the pre-market the next morning. Say, okay, everything's playing out perfectly. This is what I'm looking for. Here are the POIs. Literally what I'm doing with you guys right now on the stream. That way it kind of puts their mind on the same path that I'm thinking, right? Like, here's what I want to see. It's either being respected or it's not. So I might start doing that in Discord. Yeah, Noreen's in here. She was one of my one-on-one people. I think Marco's in here. But that way, like, I'm not like live trading with you, right? It kind of forces you to, obviously I'm streaming now, but back then it was better than live trading in my opinion, because I would put you on the right path of what I'm thinking. And then boom, you're actually the one pressing the button. You're not copy trading me. You're making your own decisions now. And it just builds the confidence, right? So I think we'll see 30K on InQ. Yeah, probably at some point. I mean, why not? Let me make this bigger. The monthly. It's looking like we're kind of shooting for that, you know? But it's just crazy to look at ever since COVID. Look how volatile the market's been. Like, look at these monthly candles versus what we used to get. You know? Like, the volatility's been insane on NASDAQ. Imagine trading weekly candles that were like this. But now we're getting moves like this, or monthly candles like this. I think 30K will hit eventually. I mean, as long as like the market doesn't, there's no like crazy Fed mess ups or anything. Be on Bitcoin. I hold some crypto, but I only put in when like I'm willing to lose. Like if it goes to 0, yeah, I'll be mad, but like it's not gonna affect my day-to-day life, you know. SpaceX IPO. I haven't really kept up with it. What's going on, French? What's going on? All right, we got 7 minutes until the open. It would be sick if we are gonna, you know, sell off. Obviously, I like the short YM, right? Um, because it's the weakest. But if for some reason YM is just so weak we can't even get a setup, maybe look at ES, or if we get a 4-hour closure at 10 o'clock here off the all-time high for a pullback, maybe have like an outside day, then come back inside the range probably. Who knows? But it'd be sick to have a 4-hour closure here. Candle 2 below this candle's low. Sorry, high. And then get a 15-minute entry like off this, right? Let it close down, disrespect this imbalance here, close below, change state delivery. 10 o'clock rolls around, maybe we get some kind of like protected swing to go lower into all these failure swings. That'd be kind of cool. Because you already have SMT here and here, right? And YM's just weak. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Not really interested in any lower time frames until we actually open up. And I can get a read on like what the open is like. What do you think about gold? I think gold should go lower today. Need to see how we react at 50% here. Because we just swept this high. So it kind of maybe reach for some liquidity to go lower. Need to see how this candle closes though in the next 30 minutes. I prefer it to stay below the 50% and not close up here at 10. Stay below the 50%. This candle. So yeah, we'll watch that. But like long-term gold, I mean, he had a huge run up past 5,000. That's like the highest it's ever been, obviously. Silver is crazy as well. 120 at the peak. I don't know. I think this thing might consolidate for a bit. It's such a large run. It kind of also depends on the war. Like the situation with the war stuff is always changing. So like short term, you might get some nice moves up and down, some indecision, some volatility. But like if the war stuff kind of chills out and we get back to like some peaceful conditions over there, then it kind of changes my long term outlook, right? But so far, if we look at the daily range, like I said, I don't like to place too much emphasis on it, but kind of annoying that we've already kind of moved overnight. What's up, Miss Darth Vader? Rennie? All right, I'm gonna go and close this poll. Basically 50-50, which is kind of how I'm feeling, You know, we just need to see how we open and then see how maybe 10 o'clock closes to get a setup. What's up, Jagster? We just need to see how 10 o'clock rolls around. I'm good, man. Another day in paradise. Trading in queue. Can't complain. We got about a minute 30 till we open. Did you miss anything? Just the usual bias. What else? We talk about POIs, news. You always wait for 10 a.m. close for trade. Not always, just majority of the time. To get back to some of my other streams, I literally started the stream already in a trade once. Let's see. Got about a minute. Sometimes I enter like just before the open as well. All right, 20 seconds. Let's watch. Side by side. What are we going to do? Which one do I want to trade today? So far, pre-market. If I was looking for shorts, I'd be focused on YM. If I was looking for longs, NQ. I probably wouldn't touch ES. Unless it's just the only one giving a clean setup. Right? But just based off strength and weakness. Watch this thing just start running. If that's the case, we'll have to look for like a scalp on like a lower time frame. I mean, it could. We're already kind of off the reversal and expanding a bit. So we're open. Let's watch. Let's see. Also, I got a question while we wait and kind of judge strength and weakness. Does everyone in here trade the fractal model? Or are there people in here who trade something similar or just don't even trade this at all? They just like to watch. So I'm curious. We got like 100 something people in here. Do all 100 of y'all trade? You know, smart money, ICT, fractal model even? Or just something similar maybe? Just chilling. I don't even trade. I just like to chill. Just chilling in here every day. I don't take the fractal model, just ICT. Nice. Yeah, like I would trade every day if my setup was popping up every day. And everything aligned. For sure. I mean, shoot, last week we took like we took like what? 3 trades back to back. So like if the setup's there, it's there. Then we're on kind of a win streak. I want to jinx it. Knock on wood. But let's see. Let me pull up Kind of on a win streak. You know what? I thought we were. We're not. Well, actually, yeah, that Wednesday trade where it didn't. Hold on. Yeah, that Wednesday trade. Where it didn't get me in would have been our third winner in a row. Or second. And then Thursday's trade last week was our third winner in a row. So yeah, we're kind of on a 3 win streak right now. All right, so you're seeing YM now. Kind of give this bearish wick. NQ just popping. Let's see. D Howie says, I just haven't seen the fractal model present very often. Yeah, it's a continuation model for the most part. So like you need one-sided setups. You know, you need some one-sidedness in the market. Some nice daily candle closures. I mean, we have, if you were trying to trade it in here, like it was pretty tough. Like I had, my last red month was December and that was all in here. So, like I find that I usually get like 2 to 3 good setups a week, on like a standard week. And I just size heavy on those setups. Because that's kind of the trader I am. I'm not really looking to take like, 4 trades every day. I'll take a trade every day. That'd be nice. But I know that like, in general, I'm not going to get a high quality setup every single day. Like the last trade I took was last Thursday. So it's been Friday and then Monday. So we haven't taken a trade in 2 days. If you look at YM for our 15-minute model to form possibly at the 4-hour close. Yeah, this is 1 hour. We can also see maybe a 1-hour closure. Yeah, we can get it. Come down and get all these lows. We just need to see. Like, I'm not going to chase this at all-time highs. I need to wait for a pullback, right? So if for some reason we do kind of pump up here right at the open and that's the fake move for the day, and we come back in the range towards the daily opening price, and that's going to be kind of the daily candle formation, then yeah, I'll look to short YM. But if this thing just kind of runs off open out of this 4-hour imbalance right here, just keeps running, then it'll just do it without me. Unless it pulls back, like a 15-minute, and I can maybe hop in on a 1. But yeah, this thing does not look like it wants to run higher. Not yet, at least. We still have 10 a.m. news. Remember, we have news in 20 minutes. So, do you have a long-term portfolio? For sure. I put a set amount of money in there every month. I've been doing that for years. Been doing that for years. Yeah, 10 a.m. news. It's not really a big news event though. You can see this thing starting to sell off. It's kind of nice, right? And what is in my long-term portfolio? It's only Tesla. It's just a bunch of shares of Tesla. No, it's a mix of value and like I'm in Nvidia. I'm up like 1,000% on Nvidia. Absurd. I'm in at like $19. What's Nvidia at now? 200. To do the math. Yep, almost 1,000 ish. So that's probably my biggest winner in the long-term portfolio. Yeah, Porsche driver saying he's in 100% Tesla for the joke, just so I can buy more Porsches. But yeah, my long-term like actually I think I have it saved. This might not be the most up-to-date list, but this is it. This is pretty much what I'm holding. Forgot to add this in here. This has been popping for me. Corning. People are gonna be joining the stream and be like, what is this guy trading? Stocks? But like GLW. This thing's been running. This was an AI play because pretty sure they make like fiber for like the AI like computers to talk, you know? Yeah, network products for telecommunications. Like this was an AI like fiber play and it's printed. So yeah, man, you gotta invest. I don't make trading my only um like source of income. Like yeah, I like trading, but what I want to do when I'm like 80 years old, you know? It's nice to not have like all that pressure on you. Time in the market, not timing the market. You know what I'm saying? Did you do the research yourself or follow someone? I have a financial advisor who manages all that for me. But obviously, he asked me like, "Yo, out of these companies, which one's your favorite?" What's funny is I actually picked Nvidia because when I'm using the same computer to trade on that I built in high school, like a decade ago, and so I knew about Nvidia, like what their products were at the time, the GPUs and all that. So I did my research and I've been using Nvidia since like high school. So I just liked their products and so I put money in there. Turns out they've become like one of the biggest AI companies now, right? Like they had the infrastructure for AI. So like you never know. But I just invested in like what I knew. That's what Warren Buffett says. Invest in what you know. So I knew like Nvidia's business. And I liked their products. So I was like, okay. And then eventually bought AMD as well. But yeah, you got get a get a financial advisor. Ask like your rich friends. Ask their parents like who they use. You know, that's the best way to do it. You got any rich friends? Ask them, hey, who's your dad use to manage his money? All right, I'm liking this so far on YM 15-minute. And the daily's looking pretty clean too. Right, we came up in the T spot. Balance here we've hit. Now we're kind of selling off here. I want to wait for the closure. Then have some kind of protected swing for him to go lower. Gold. Also want to see how we close in 15 minutes. You only know GME. I remember when the GameStop stuff was happening, that was crazy. Now they just kind of ran it up on dude, look at this one. This happened in a matter of like a week. They just ran up ATHs, the car company, from like $100 to like 840, and then in 2 days it got wiped completely out, like 70-80%. Insane. If I'm an insider, Avis, or like I'm a board member, like I'm selling my shares. Sorry, at $800. It's insane. Imagine being locked into those shares as like a board member and you can't get out, and like you're up like thousands of percent on your like seed shares that you like got in on or whatever. But you can't get out because of the contract you signed. That's absurd. So yeah, NQ up, NASDAQ or YM down. ES kind of just a little sideways. Typical. The past month. Typical price action. See, yeah, this thing's kind of starting to sell off a bit inside this range. Silver. Yeah. If you got shares like as an insider or like you own part of the company, you're a board member, whatever, you're pretty much locked in those under like certain conditions. You probably can like sell some off here and there, but like even if you're gonna sell stock, you have to get it approved by like other board members, stuff like that. It really just depends on the deal that you signed, the contract you signed. I'm no CEO, so I don't know. But we're at 36 likes. 37 just went up. I plan on doing the giveaway. Right? If we can hit 100 likes today, 100 likes, and I'll run the giveaway. And we're going to give away one of these indicators. 1 month free to try out. So let's go and put that on there. 100 likes equals giveaway. I feel like I'm like a club promoter. Like, yo, man, you want a band? A wristband? We're at 46. But I appreciate you guys who come in here and are active and like the stream every day. It helps more than you think. And it's always nice seeing familiar faces, like the same people showing up. Like French has been in here, Carson, Esteban's in here. We got Mario, Jagser's a regular coming in here since last week. JTBTC, the investment biker. Louis, Tyler. I'm sure I'm missing other people. Marco's in here. I know Noreen's in here. Sky. Algo, Zen Trader. Yup. Horit. Some people's names I just don't know how to pronounce. So like I feel bad saying it. Let's go. We're at 51 likes. We're halfway there. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. All right, so we have a little 5-minute imbalance here. YM. We're about to get that closure in the next 11 minutes. And it's not looking like NQ or ES are really wanting to give us a bearish closure at all. So we have news at 10. I'm also going to watch this closure on gold. I don't feel like chasing this, so we're going to need some kind of pullback before going long, right? That's what the system needs. That's what we need. Here, I'll make this indicator giveaway. That's kind of small. So yeah, waiting. 10 o'clock news, 10 minutes. What are we going to do? I think we're going to close bearish here on YM, so maybe we go look at that. I mean, the daily's pretty clean. Inverted this balance here. Close below. Candle 2 closure. Candle 3 expansion. Now looking for candle 4, right? Let the wick form. Now we're looking to trade the body down. Doesn't even need to come all the way down here. We just need to fix 2R within here. 4 hours looking good. A tiny imbalance here. We've hit into. And technically, if you really wanted to, you could hop in like this on the 1 hour closure. You know? And this would be your protected high. But like, personally, I'm going to wait for confirmation on the lower time frames. Because these things are running. And if YM wants to reverse, then you'll get stopped out, right? Because it is like a mixed open. So we really need to see how we close in the next 10 minutes. We're at 53 likes. I appreciate you guys. If you're new here, welcome. Go live every Monday through Friday weekday at 9 a.m. Eastern time for the market open. That's been the schedule for the past month, so it's been fun. Yeah, I want to see this thing kind of close, like at the low. I don't want to see it give us a closure on this side and a closure on this side, right? Because then it just looks like, it already looks like you have this like broadening formation kind of, right? And that's not what I want to trade, so. You guys know the drill. Don't need that text on screen. Be sick to have a 15-minute entry on YM. Seven minutes till this closure. And then, like, let's say we close bearish right here, form this imbalance, you know, and do something like this, come up and close below here. I'll hop in for a short, you know, something like this. Be nice to form an imbalance here. That would be nice. Gold still, I mean, this 5-minute structure is still in place. So it needs to kind of break down here soon. Otherwise, we're not going to get that closure, and I'll probably just remove it from my watch list. We'll just remove it. Yeah, not much going on except for just a nice little run at the open. What do I show for YMADR? Let's see. Definitely got some room. It's just sweeping these lows, coming back in the range, which is kind of sketch. Because we just got rid of that imbalance that I wanted to form. But there's definitely room for it to run today. It's just this isn't really a good closure if it closes like this in the next 4 minutes. Just funny because like you're seeing it kind of reject here, and this is starting to pump. What's up, mate? Nova? Yeah, and this closure is kind of just sus if it closes like this now. Who's got FOMO on this? Anybody? I know someone's chasing in the chat, and they're real quiet. Who let the FOMO get to him? I mean, yeah, when you just pump off open and you're already at all-time highs right when we open, and then it just pumps up, like nothing you can really do. Unless you want to chase, but like my system, I need a swing point to form to trade away from. And realistically, even on a 5-minute, I don't see where I would have gotten in. Even if I wanted to trade this right here, I didn't sit down till like 8ish, right? So we kind of pumped up. And I guess you could maybe do something right like this right at open, but like 2 hours up here, I'd still be in it. But I just don't like how these equal lows right here. All right. Minute and a half. Press the button. On what? Ain't no setup. There is no setup. Let's see. Does this thing want to crash? Because so far, this is not a good close, in my opinion. What is the VIX at? See, the market's more fun when the VIX is above 20. Right, when the volatility's high. When we're above 20, it's fun. When it's like below, kind of ass. Shoot, I'm greedy. My long-term port is up, like off, off this move up. It was looking bad, but now we up. Looking like one of those days where you kind of just chill. There's nothing really to do. Just always looking to protect capital, right? I mean, even over here, like, it's not really in a rush. We're 5 minute here. If they can all get in sync, maybe we can get a long on YM, but... Alright, so it's 10 o'clock. Gold did not close back inside the range in the hourly or 4 hour. So, I'm not really interested in it that much anymore. You didn't get a 4 hour closure here on YM, the downside. And this is not a very bearish closure either on the hourly. Right, we're just kind of sweeping out lows and sweeping out highs. So let's see. Do we get a pullback now to go long? That's what I'm looking for on NQ. I'd rather just get on side with upside and try and force a short over here and some chop. So let's watch NASDAQ. Because I think we might be able to get a pullback on this new hourly candle, this new 4 hour candle. On like a 15 minute here. We sick for this 15 minute to dip in this imbalance like it is already. Close candle 2 to go higher. And take like a 1 minute scalp. We'll see. Let's watch. Yeah, whoever calls the top gets indicated subscription. You know? I mean, we're at 56 likes, though. That's kind of weak. 100 is the target. 100 likes is the target. That's TP. We're risking 1 indicator subscription. All right. Yeah, YM just looks like trash now. Like this would have been nice, right? But see, if this 30-minute candle had come below this low and closed like it did, this would be a valid candle 2 closure. We can trade a candle 3 on a 3 minute. But it didn't, right? They're equal lows. So it didn't dip into a POI, right? Like this fair value gap here. It's annoying. Because yeah, it's marking the setup out, but it actually didn't sweep out and dip into a POI. So we can watch, you know. We can watch and see how it closes above here. Maybe he wants to play out, you know. But I'm not going to take the trade. Yeah, that close on YM is kind of a bummer. I mean, the 4-hour closed above the previous high. The 1 hour just kind of indecision and closed kind of bullish, honestly, off this, broadening formation. So I'm not really interested in this anymore for the morning. I'm really just kind of interested now in a pullback to go long on ES or YM. You ever traded Asia or London or only after 9:30? No, I'll hop in before 9:30. Generally, if I'm going to do that, I wake up in the morning and I literally pull up my phone and I'll look at the charts real quick. And it's like, oh, I see a nice 4-hour closure that just happened at 6. I'm like, oh God, let me put on my charts real quick and hop in the trade. Like literally, I've done that before, and I was out before 9:30 because it's just started running pre-market. So I'll make a point to check my phone kind of right when I wake up, which probably isn't the best habit, but yeah, I will hop in before 9:30. I prefer it, honestly, and just hold through 9:30 volatility, or even get out before for a win. I don't mind waiting till 10. It just kind of like makes you be patient. But generally, if I'm entering before 5 minute setup, yeah, but you're in a candle 5 now, and this closure didn't even hit a POI right here. There's no fair value gap here or low being swept, swing low. So same thing with ES, and you might be like, oh, YM swept out its low here. I'm not really using YM at the moment. It's so decoupled. I mean, we're at -2. It'd be sick to have a pullback a little bit or kind of consolidate, then sweep the low to go higher. We can definitely do that as well. Honestly, we could wait another. This is a 3-minute, 30-minute candles here. We kind of just chop here on this 30-minute candle. We're going to form a 30-minute fair value gap here. Then maybe we sweep that consolidation low to go higher inside this imbalance. That's kind of how I'm framing it. I mean, it's looking like consolidation on a 1-minute for sure. But I don't want to get too sucked in the lower time frames. $64 likes. Let's go. We're getting there. Giveaway at 100. Do I need to put this on here? Up here? There's barely even some 5-minute FEGs since the open on ES. So we just had news release. All right. 10 o'clock, I'll refresh. Dunzo. The rest of it's really just NFP on Friday. So the news at 10 wasn't even like that important, being honest. Really, the only events that I place emphasis on are like CPI, FOMC, anytime like Powell or Trump are speaking, right? NFP, and that's pretty much it. Powell/Trump. If it's no event like this, obviously FOMC, I'm talking about federal funds rate and stuff like that. So if it's any kind of red event outside of that, like we had today, you see we had the news at 10, didn't really do shit. Then I really don't mind trading around it, But if it's anything like this, then I'm a little bit more cautious and I wait. and I won't really hold through it. But I wouldn't mind a little consolidation to sweep the low and go higher. Yeah, news fell off. They nerfed the news. They patched it. Doesn't actually move the market anymore. It's only Trump tweets. They nerfed it. And then what's even worse is, at least here you had like times of when you could expect like volatility. Now they just they just drop a tweet on you and you get fucked. Now they just dump tweets on you throughout the day. And your broker just takes your money. It's the modern day rug pull. The legal way to do it. Yeah, this thing looks like consolidation. I mean, it hasn't even closed above the opening price yet, has it? There's wicking it. And this looks like buns. Gold up. Oil, yep, back down. In Forex? Y'all got me looking up Forex intraday. That's how slow it is right now. YM has now taken out the other side of the range. Now what? Now what? Aurora says, I think we're done for the day. Honestly, I'm feeling the same, but we still have an hour. Never know, man. I get setups. Like the last win we took was a 10-20 setup. It got in around 10-20. So like, never say never. I have no problem hopping in late morning. If this is going to be the fake move, right? And then we reverse late morning. I have no problem hopping in and holding, you know, up until lunch. Closure 93.25. Yep, see, we couldn't close above here. Closed below it by a tick. And now you're seeing it reject, right? This is just looking like consolidation. We're almost halfway through this 30-minute candle. So if we do put in a fair value gap here, we could sweep external range low to go higher inside this imbalance. Yeah, 30-minute would be nice. That's really all I'm seeing. 15 minutes not really doing much. Just kind of chopping, indecision, wicks on both sides. You're about to get a new candle though in the next 3 minutes. By the time this hourly closes, it'll be 11. I won't really be interested anymore. So it's really up to like the 15-minute and 30-minute closers at this point for a long. And gold's not really doing much either. It's kind of retracing. So let me look at oil one more time. Yeah, I mean, not much. Not much going on. But I agree, Marco. A 30-minute POI would be nice. Right here. Don't really have that on ES. I mean, you have like a tiny one here. Watch YM. Want to come back and let's have the range now? Who's gonna short YM to back inside the range? Depending on how this 15-minute closes. You'd have to confirm it and close all the way down here on a 1 minute. By that time, you're already back in 50%. So it's like kind of buns, kind of trash. Look, it's coming back the other side of the range now. I'm telling you. We'll see. All right. Kind of doing the same thing here. Let's watch. Keep in mind, you have these equal lows right here too. Right here. Is it time to sell off? Because whoever's selling up here is literally calling a top. Like we are at all-time highs, the highest we've ever been. We do have SMT though at this 1 hour right here. Across the board. So technically, like, could get a reversal. Let's watch and let's find out. Med says, I'm sorry. I was up 7 gazillion. I needed to sell some profit for 812 super fast. Bro, I want an 812. If I had to get a new car right now and sell my GT4 RS, I would get probably an 812 GTS, which is like the convertible version of that super fast. A little bit more dailyable, but the top goes off. And that would be sick. I think I want a V12 next. Like a Lamborghini or a V12, like a 812 Ferrari. That would be sick. Is it time to short? What do we think? G80. I don't know what I would get. I haven't actually ever had, I've had a black car before. Now I have white. I've never had a car that's like an actual color. Except I did have a BMW 325i. And that was like navy blue. Okay, here we go. Let's watch this 15-minute closure. Because we could get, like, what does this look like? Accumulation, manipulation, and maybe distribute higher, right? Let's watch. Or if it just wants to dump, it can do that too. Equal lows right here. But my bias is bullish for the moment. Really don't want to short until we form like some kind of protected swing in this leg. Same thing with NASDAQ. Wait. It's easy to get like, lose where you're at in the grand scheme of things if you stare at a 1 minute. Or I like to kind of sit on these higher time frames. Like the 15-minute here. You see how this closes. I mean, technically, like, you could get this. This could be a candle 2 that expands because all we did was open, sweep the low, and immediately come back in the range, right? You just need to confirm it by closing above here. But then your stop's like 60 handles, unless you put it at the body, which is like 40. Personally, I'd rather see it do something like this. Disrespect this imbalance here and the 50% of the T-spot. Close above. Respect this, right? Or maybe even do something like this. Close above. Put in a new protected swing within this leg. And that's what I would use to get long, right? That's what I want. So like maybe even dip into this like imbalance here. If it forms. I can go long off this new protected swing. Let's watch. You got to be quick. Or it can just dump. Right? Yeah, I think there's some news coming out. Let's look. Who's got the news feed? I'm pulling mine up. I don't see anything like major. So, could just be intraday volatility. But this candle was kind of wacky, wasn't it? Let's see how this 15-minute closes. Even the 30-minute. Be a shame if it just comes down and eliminates this imbalance that could form. Go on ES though. Cancel closure. And after sweeping out some failure swings here. This would be a protected swing right here, this high. But I'll be honest. Like Aurora said, I don't want to step in front of a freight train. So, yeah, you might be getting a setup here on a 1 minute. But like, the structure's still bullish, you know? And what we're trying to do is align all the phases of price across all the time frames to get those one-sided moves, right? Not just scalp or retracement. I want to be aligned with where the daily candle is expanding, which is up, you know? Let's watch this 15-minute candle. Let's see how it closes. So far, it's looking like A, M, D. And you have SMT down here at these lows so far. Here on ES, here on NQ. I guess YM as well. It's kind of messy. Gold, what's gold doing? Not much. There's news on the Middle East that maybe oil's popping. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I like the longs on oil anymore because it closed below. And if it's just news driven, then I don't really want to just trade because of news, like some tweets. Like it doesn't. That's not a strategy, really. All right, let's get it popping. 7 minutes until we close. All right, there's your early change of state delivery that we want. It just needs to chill out and not run too hard. Maybe put a little protected swing in so I can hop in and go long. So chill out. Don't do anything crazy. I mean, we got SMT down here. I mean, damn. If we close above here too, like, I know there's no swing point on a 4 hour that we're going away from, but still, like, just order flow in general. Close above this down close candle that hit a POI. Continue higher, right? Looks decent. Could we get a setup late in the morning? We were patient. We didn't chase on this. We didn't get chopped up in this. We let it chop, manipulate, and now I'm looking for it to distribute higher, right? Phases of price. We had consolidation, expansion, consolidation, manipulate below that consolidation, and now we're getting expansion again. God, I love this little drawing tool. I feel like I'm Picasso. Or Van Gogh. I'm the Van Gogh of trading. Van Gogh. Trump signing, restoring presidential fitness test. What, he's going to go run a marathon and get a little medal? Come on, man. Chill out. Wait for me. We're going to see how it reacts here as well. Obviously, I like that it's popping. And hopefully close above, right? Then I wouldn't mind some kind of pullback on the new 15-minute candle in the next 5 minutes. And yeah, we're in candle 5, but look. Candle 5 respected 50% of the previous candle. Beautiful, right? Fractal model goated. And I don't have to draw any of this. It just puts it all there for me. Yeah, the M5 CS. God. About 3 minutes. He's in a rush. Yeah, we swept this out, so. Kind of annoying when like the candle 2 that's gonna close is also an expansion candle 2, you know? Those are kind of annoying. Because now you gotta wait for this one to open. You wanna see a small wick form to trade it higher. Close up here around. So open, let the wick form, trade the body, close somewhere at the high. So maybe we'll get a little retracement, you know? Because like technically this is your protected low right here because we have SMT. Maybe we'll get a setup here on ES. Personally, I'd rather just long NQ because it's the strongest. Zaya, hope that answers your question. No, I prefer NQ because it's the strongest of all of them. We're way past previous day high. We're not even there yet in ES. What you're going to find is if YM's the weakest and NQ's the strongest, ES is going to be somewhere in the middle. So up at the open, we kind of sell off a little bit at the open. This thing kind of just chops. All right, I'm going to be honest. If we close like above here and the new 15-minute opens, I'm not taking this. I'm not going to put my stop at this little low. If anything, I'll look for this low to be taken out on the new 15-minute open. Something like this, right? Because what you'll find is when we sweep liquidity and put in a protected low, it likes to, after sweeping liquidity, purge that protected low sometimes, then run higher. Right? Watch. I bet you see it happen right here. It might not, but it happens. So if you're aware of that, you can kind of wait. We got 30 seconds till this new 15-minute. And if you're trying to trade this candle too, this is your protected low. You probably could have gotten in like on the open of this new candle, you know, stop at the body or the low. But like, we're not even up 1R yet on that trade. I'd rather just let the 15-minute close, let the new one form a wick, and then trade the next one higher. Right, watch. I bet it sweeps this. Or just kind of maybe chops a bit, then sweeps it. It might not, but we're watching this new 15-minute. Is it going to put in a wick? Maybe even immediately rebalance this range right here to go higher. We got 79 likes. Let's go. 20 more, and we're going to hit the giveaway. We're giving away one of these bad boys that does all the analysis for you. I can just flip through charts. Super easy. We got 80 right now. Can we get 20 more? And we'll run that giveaway. I want to make the rules, man. I'm just here to stream. Yeah, at least one TP is going to get hit. 100 likes is the TP. We might not get a setup here. It's looking possible. We're at 87 right now. I appreciate you guys. See, it looks like we're getting a new phase of price now. Because we had expansion, or we had consolidation, expansion, consolidation. We expanded out of that and met it with expansion, so that's a reversal, right? And we expanded up, and now we're kind of getting consolidation again. And boom, there's that low being swept, right? So, yeah, I'm not. Let's see, can we get a little retracement? Some beefy down close candles to go long. Because there's also a 3-minute imbalance now. Here. There's a 5-minute one here. We'd be even better if we tap into that on the 5-minute and get a nice 1-minute entry. Because now we're filling in, or at least tapping into a few. So if we can get down into here and close above, oh yeah. I'll be honest, I don't know if I want to take this closure above here with this untapped 5-minute one, but it is strong today. Actually, I probably need to log into my broker, don't I? I haven't been logged in. Just in case. Probably gonna miss this closure while I'm doing this. There we go. All right, so you did get that closure right. Wait, did we? Opening is 130.75. Yeah, by a tick, you got to close your above this down close candle, right? Technically, you could get in right now with a stop here for like a 2R. You could get in. I'm going to be honest. I don't like it. I don't like how this 5 minutes unfilled. So I'm waiting. But I am logged in. Right? And I'd be shitting my pants now if I got in here. Because, like, also think about it. This 15 minute, talked about the immediate rebalance, hasn't done it yet. It could maybe come down into that. Also hit the 5 minute imbalance, you know? This is just more of like an advanced, like, gut feeling of me not wanting to take this trade. It could play out, right? You'd be in 50% of your drawdown right now. Your stop was here. But I really want to see it come into this 5 minute imbalance. The other assets did. Here. This one didn't. So I could miss out on a trade, but like, I'll be honest. I'm glad I didn't enter this yet. And if I miss it, I miss it. But today's a little tricky, especially off the open. It's not that clean. And we're over halfway through this 1 hour candle, right? It just still looks like it's in consolidation. I mean, you're getting inside bars on the 1 minute. Just a waiting game. What's gold doing? Up. 3 minute. I mean, shoot, you could maybe even get YM looks like trash. Look at YM. Just like expanding. Even came down to 50% of the range, came back up and swept the high again. Now we're back in. So I'm glad we're not watching that anymore. This is really pretty much like this honestly isn't clean, is pretty clean structure as well. Like manipulation, expansion, maybe manipulate again into the 5 minute bounce. Like it's not looking bad. Because we just took out all these little highs. Maybe now it wants to come down and close above for us to go higher. Let's see. It is also getting slightly late in the morning. It's 10:30. It's not bad. I'd still take a trade. I'm just being more cautious of it. I'm glad if the trade that's setting up is a scalp and not like some 15-minute entry at 11. Marco says, would you consider an entry on the retouch of the 15-minute order block? The structure's there on the 15-minute. It's just there's no 4-hour POI that you're trading away from, right? So like the reason for the 4-hour POI, because it gives you a solid bias for candle 3 and candle 4 once you have the closure, right? But we're not even in like a candle 2 or candle 3, candle 4 expansion. So I'm treating these candles as like candle 5s because you never know what the phase of price you're going to get is, you know? And we did sweep out on this move up a 4-hour high. And I'm kind of just monitoring now, like, is this now a broadening formation? So I'm really just like looking for something quick to get in on because it's later in the morning. I don't want to enter on a 15-minute because like these candles take 15 minutes to play out, right? My stop would be pretty large too, like 60, 50 handles. So yeah, I want to see it now turn, close above here so I can get long. So we're in this 5-minute imbalance now. Digging into this down close candle. So I want to see a turn here. See, I'm glad we didn't take that. Sometimes it's your gut, like telling you to like not. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't look right. And that's something you can't really like teach. That's just chart time. Since when do you check on a 1-minute chart? I started checking back on it once we started expanding in one direction. Trading it in here buns. But when you have some clean direction and it's trending, a lot easier. Or it says, I feel like it's going to be short. If it wants to sell off, that's fine. I'll just close the charts. But I'm not trying to fade the daily candles expansion so far. I'm not trying to call a top at all-time highs right here. And 5-minute structure is still bullish. 15-minute structure is still bullish. So I'm just looking to carry that over and let the 1-minute align bullish. And then all the phases of price are aligned. Directions aligned, everything. And that's when you get those one-sided trades. You just want to see this hold now. And it now needs to close above here to confirm it. And it's just like for entry. And you only have 5 minutes left in this 15-minute candle now. So it's kind of annoying. Because if it does want to short and this closes candle too, then you look for it to put in closure here, the new candle open, form the wick for a protected swing to put your stop, and go lower, right? So it could very well want to sell off. But we're at 88 likes. We need 12 more for the giveaway. 100 likes equals indicator giveaway. $91, there we go. 9 more. I mean, make it bigger. We're giving away one of these. And it's free. All you gotta do is click a button on the screen. I mean, we're already just clicking buttons for a living right now. What's one more you gotta click? It's the like button. The like boys, Demon Gaming. What's up, user Mac? All right. Now, if you're looking to short, which I don't recommend, but I'm watching these imbalances right here. I'm just gonna draw them together off this candle 2 closure. If we get it in the next 2 minutes, and you want to see this thing kind of put in some beefy green candles, right, and close back below opening price, just maybe look for short to like these lows right here. That's your bear scenario short term right here. And you would look to enter, right? But you're fading the structure on the higher time frames if you take this trade. You want more videos than live videos? Yeah, we talked about it yesterday. Doing breakdowns of trades instead of just like a 30 to an hour long video of me like entering the trade, which you could just go find on the stream recaps anyways. Doing like actual breakdowns that are like 5 to 10 minutes long, top down instead, because I think there's a lot more digestible than like a 30-minute live stream recap, right? So maybe we'll make some like educational videos as well. But yeah, if you want to see this short play out, it needs to now close candle 2 here. Respect these imbalances. Close below the opening price here of these up close candles. And you want to see it sell off like this. These lows. And you're seeing a nice move there. So close below here. Personally, I'm not taking the trade because, you know, the structure is bullish. And the daily candles, bullish, you know, green expansion candle for at least so far today. So yeah, we can watch it play out though. It would just be if I took this trade and made money on it, I'd just be building bad habits, fading my bias, fading the daily candles expansion. So watch. Boom, there's your closure. You could literally hop in right now, stop above that high for positional entry. Like this. We can watch it play out. I'm not taking it, but that would be the scalp. And this is a nice invalidation too, because if it goes above the 50% of the previous candle, then it's probably just going to run to the high anyways. So if you're in that, let me know. But I'm not taking it. You can take it. This is not financial advice. Right, we'll just mark it out. Something like that. Right, you can do the retest, or you just enter right at open, closure below. Up to you, right? Watch. Telling you. Needs to hold this in balance in these up close candles. And if it doesn't, it just goes to show you, you don't want to fade the daily candles expansion, right? Oh, let's see here. Let's see if it plays out or not, right? I kind of hope it doesn't, so we can go long. But if it starts selling off, then we'll see. Is anybody in this short? It's okay. You can come out. I'm not going to judge you. But don't wait until after the trade plays out, yes or no, to tell me. You're going to wait till it hits TP and be like, yeah, I was in it. But if it gets stopped out, it's going to be crickets. It's like I said, it's a valid setup structure-wise, right? But it's easy to pattern trade these if you lose sight of the higher time frames. And so that's the reason I'm not taking the trade. It's against the bias I have for the day and the direction that we've been expanding for the past week, few hours even, right? So you really need to see this thing dump lower. Otherwise, we just swept this 15-minute low now. I want to come back up and run the high, right? You want to see this imbalance hold right here and this order block hold. And if it doesn't, probably going to go for the high. Exactly, Aura. It's not in the direction of bias. So this is a good learning moment too. Like if it doesn't play out, it just goes to show you like it's super easy to get caught in these lower time frame like setups where you're just pattern trading the indicator, right? And that was a problem I had when I first started using this. I was just hopping in on what the indicator was painting, you know? But I was missing the higher time frame narrative. And so I would take trades like this and I would get stopped out. Eventually I did it so much, I just got tired of losing. It's like, I'm just going to sit on the higher time frames until they give me a reason to drop lower. So in my head, I'm thinking, all right, this is kind of like the last hope for the trade. We just swept this high, swing high here. Now does it want to roll over, you know? You got 10 minutes left in this 15-minute candle. So now that we swept this swing high, does it now want to roll over? And if it closes back below here, that's ideal, right? And you know, inverse this little imbalance right here on the 1 minute. Then you can reduce risk from here to here, logically. Maybe even add to your position here before it goes lower, right? Because what you're doing is you're letting the wick form and you're looking to trade the body down. But you want to see this imbalance invert. That's like the next best thing that can happen for you if you're short. And we're at 94 likes. We need 6 more for the giveaway. 6 more. We can do it. We can easily smash it. We got 113 yesterday. And if you want to participate in the giveaway, you're going to have to type a word in the chat. So and the only way you can do that, I have it where it's subscribers only for 5 minutes. So you have to subscribe to the channel for at least 5 minutes before you can send a message. If you want to participate, go ahead and do that. So when I drop the keyword for the giveaway, you can type. We're at 95 likes. We need 5 more and we'll run this. And someone's going to go home with one of these. See, we swept that high. Now you need a closure below. We inverted this gap, which is great. We're still digging into this down close candle in the 15-minute that Marco pointed out, right? We're at the opening price and it's just kind of hovering around it right here. So you want to see it dump in the next, 7-ish minutes. Because otherwise, it's not really looking like an expansion candle, is it? At the moment. $97 likes. 3 more. Yeah, see, I'm glad I didn't take this because you're just sitting in this nonsense. It's getting kind of messy too. Chat is starving. Yeah, Powell, activate chop mode. Yeah, I'm gonna remove the drawings. It's Powell, activate Chop Fest. Like he just bought a new funded account. Chop it. Boom, there we go. Let's go. Leak TT's face. That sounded really weird. Leak T Trade's face at 100k subs. 102 likes. There we go. All right. See, not really looking like it wants to go lower. So I'm glad we stayed out of that one. Didn't pattern trade against our bias, right? But it's nice to watch and see if it plays out or not. Get those reps in. Because this should show you like, hey, just because we're having a setup paint on the indicator, lower time frame wise, you still need to combine that with like the overall bias and narrative of the day. You know, if you're trying to call a top at all time highs, like just not that probable. We're still in this imbalance, right? It's not worth it trying to call tops. So let the reversal form on the higher time frames and trade away from it, you know? Sync it all across multiple time frames and you'll see your win rate go up. But we hit the goal. We hit TP on something at least. Long till you're wrong, exactly. He said, now I'm in the long. Give away. I mean, it's almost 11. I don't really see much. Like, you might be able to get a scalp up on the 1 minute. Like, technically, we close above here, stop here. SMT a little bit right here. You could hop in on this closure here, stop here, and look for like a 2R. If you're trying to get long now. But I don't know, man. This doesn't feel right. It just feels like late in the morning now. We're about to get a new 1 hour candle. I think it easily want to come in this imbalance down here and just. It just feels a little late to be pushing the button. I'd rather just come back tomorrow when we're not doing this. You know? Today was tricky because it just kind of ran overnight and then right at open. There's really no POIs to get long off of with the swing point here. It kind of just grinded up and then popped right at open. And then we've been chopping ever since that morning pop. So, not the best day, but we stayed out of it. We didn't lose anything. Preserve capital. Yeah, overnight expansion, just not the highest probability. But let's run the giveaway. Like we said we would. 105 likes. I appreciate you guys. Let me pull it up. All right, I'm going to tell you what the keyword is. Give me 1 second. I got to pull it up. All right. Running it. Keyword is all-time high. ATH. I just typed it. All-time highs, baby. Flood the chat. Flood the chat. While that's running. And you only got to type it once. Don't worry. If you want to spam, you can spam it. But the give away keyword is all-time high. All right. We'll give it a minute 30. So when the 3-minute candle closes here, I'm cutting it off. I'll make this smaller. Oh. There we go. So yeah, we got about 54 people entered in. And so how it's going to work is if you win, reach out to me on socials. So Instagram, X, Twitter, whatever. Random French comment. So yeah, reach out to me. Got about a minute left before I close it and choose a winner. And just, if you're the winner, just type in chat which platform you're going to reach out on. Or I can just check both. Doesn't matter. And don't worry, if you don't win today, the plan is to give one of these away every day. Right? That's the plan. So if you don't win today, you could win tomorrow or the next day. But I appreciate you guys coming in, participating in the stream. It makes the slow periods less boring. So if you're new here, subscribe, like the stream. You get notifications when I go live in the future if you turn those on as well. We got 3. I'm closing in 3, 2, 1. You're done. All right, let's choose the winner. Kitty Cat. B2R. Congrats. You are the winner of the 100% off monthly indicator. So let me know in the chat. You gonna hit me up on Instagram or you gonna hit me up on X and I'll look. Let me know. And when you hit me up, I'll accept the request. Just send me a screenshot of you logged into your account, right? That way I know it's you. Or you can hit me up on OnlyFans. Yeah, either one. And we're going to have the Discord hopefully set up by the end of the week. So we'll get that link out to you guys as well. But Kitty Cat B2R, hit me up and we will get you set up. And I'll send you the link to the code. But otherwise, not much going on this morning. I think we're going to call it here. It's 11. We stayed out of the market, right? Didn't really catch any of this. Didn't FOMO in, right? What happens is you'll see the market likes to run, right? It goes from large ranges into these small ranges. And so if you chase this, you get caught up in this mess, right? So glad we stayed out of it. You just got to anticipate when these large runs are going to happen. And that's the best thing to do is wait for a swing point to form and then trade the continuation, right? So that's why I love the model so much. That's why I love this indicator so much. But I appreciate you guys sticking around. Like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next stream.